Up traders, Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol ANY for Sphere 3D Corp. On the left hand side we have the daily time frame, and on the right hand side the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will of course be a bit of an update. You can see we have some levels from in the past, and the main thing to discuss is the fact that we've broken out now from this daily range. Very important level was breached and closed above at $7.46. So we're going to see if we can get momentum continuation out of this range break. Now, typically what we look for on a range break is a doubling of that range. So that would put us up and around the $9 Note that we also have $8.72 coming from an intraday level from that spike. Let me actually grab some more time here on the intraday charts and see if we can find that. Yeah, so here we go. You'll certainly notice that that was the close, and I believe it was a Fibonacci number. Maybe let's take out the fibs and just retest that. So from highs to lows here. Yeah, so just shy or just before that 61.8, just noting that that was a critical area right around structure from in here, as well as the bounce into the close there that day. So I like that area still as a resistance point before we make our way into 9, and obviously we've done a fair bit of movement to the upside today, towards that $9 target. So there's not a ton of meat left on the bone for that particular trade, the range double, but if we can see volume remain elevated here, then certainly there is potential for a run higher into some of this from in here. Notably, this area, right, you can see that the stock sort of struggled here. Let's grab the other tool first before we click. I like this at and around the 950, we'll call it for round number's sake. And again, on something that's trading sub 10, these are substantial moves in terms of percentage points, okay? So let's move on over to the 30-minute intraday chart from today's session and just see how the move unfolded. So I really like this activity here, flagging and then flagging, nice pullback, right? And strong into the close here, currently trading around 8 in the post market, $8 by 801. So right at this kind of zone in here. It's not like we've completely fallen apart and are trading back down towards the lows of the session, okay? So we're going to take out the fibs. Obviously, this move here from the low to the first one, we held the 61.8, that larger red hammer in there did wick down towards it. However, note that we never closed a candle underneath the 38.2. We'll go on up to the next one. Clearly, the 38.2 was never tested there. And if we do something like this, although it wasn't a pullback after we set the range, certainly look how the 38.2 is coinciding nicely with structure around that $7.75 mark. So to me, that is going to be one of the numbers to watch. So let's throw that on here with a regular level. Then we'll take this off and talk in terms of scenarios. So scenario number one is obviously bullish consolidation happens here, looking for the break up and over today's high right around here, this 830 rather, for continuation into 872, and then $9 for that range double, right? That would be anticipated overhead resistance, and then after that, 950. Now, this is only really going to happen if we see extreme volume, right? There was a catalyst out there today, basically high volume, because some Twitter personalities were saying that they're long the stock, so on and so forth. However, if we don't see volume that's on par with, I would say, at least this 7.5 million right out of the gates, then it's going to be very hard for this to be a momentum continuation move all the way into that 950 or higher even, okay? So if volume is underneath, say we're putting in like sub 5 million bars the first couple 30-minute periods, I would not be looking for a huge breakout come tomorrow's session. Now, if we do put in those bars, by all means, look for the continuation. In terms of secondary scenarios, obviously a break of 773, you would want to see the top end of the range hold at $7.46, noting that that would be a break and retest. So if we get down here, start to be on high alert for any type of hammers that print, any type of indecision dojis. Oops, that's poorly drawn. But basically anything that makes you question, right? Is this pullback ending? Can we flip long over the highs and then get back up into some of these overhead targets? 746 would be a critical area in my estimation. Also noting that it was resistant before the breakout into the end of the day here. Now, things do change if we break down underneath 746, noting that that would put into play a look above and fail from the daily perspective, right? We would have a look above, fail back underneath. As you know, the target is typically the bottom end of the range. I'm not saying it gets there all in one day, all in 1 week even, but we would be looking for lower on that scenario, okay? So those are my thoughts inside of Sphere 3D Corp. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.